What is the best first date spot in Eau Claire?
Ooh, it depends on the date. It depends on the person who you're with. You know, if I can tell you some great dates I've been on. There was one great date I went on where we met up at Dooley's on Water Street, and then we did like a progressive drinks and dinner. You know what that is? A progressive drinks and dinner, like a progressive dinner. You ever heard of that term? So we started at Dooley's, we got a drink. Then we went to another bar and got a drink and an appetizer. And then we went to Hooligans to get dinner. And then we got an after dinner drink somewhere. So like that kind of stuff I love. So we kind of walked around downtown, and then you kind of get to know each other, and you're walking around, and it's fun. It was 110 degrees outside, which was weird, but we had committed to it. Another great date I went on, we just drove around the countryside, shared a bottle of wine, no glasses, just out of the bottle in the front seat, driving in the middle of nowhere, and we played each other music that meant a lot to us. Like she would pick a song, I would pick a song. That was a great date.
Yeah.
You know? So but it depends on who you are as a person. I can tell you, don't go to the movies on the first date. I think that's a terrible first date. You don't even get to talk to them. An activity is nice. Something you can orbit around. So axe throwing, bowling, make some pottery. Like, how do you interact with the world, you know?
I would go to the Milwaukee Burger.
Okay.
Off Hastings.
Yep.
And then I would immediately walk her to the front of the funeral home right next to the Milwaukee Burger.
Yeah.
And I would hold her hand and look deep into her eyes and say, "This is where I want us to end up."
I think that is the best date possible.
And if that's not romantic,
she's not the one for you, bro.
See ya later. Wait, is this the last question?
We'll do two more.
Okay, cool. Because I was like, we got to manifest.
I might cut out some of the pee stuff.
All right. Well, it's not being honest to the audience. I'm just saying.
It is.
Should we bring back the Roaring Twenties?
Sure. What does that entail?
I think it entails copious amounts of money and debauchery, which honestly,
yeah,
let's do it.
I think we should. After like COVID ended, I mean, it's still going on. It's still out there, but after the pandemic, like emergency, everyone's inside their house ended. There are all these memes that were like, it's the new Roaring 20s. I haven't felt that personally. Nothing has ever been more expensive than it is now. I don't feel like I have the means to roar.
Well, it was mostly those super rich who were roaring in the 20s.
I don't think so.
Because that's how we ended up into the Great Depression, was because they were literally smoking cigars made from $100 bills at parties. I distinctly remember that in my history class.
Yeah, but it's not like no one budgeted and then the Depression happened. It's because we did isolationism. That was like those were our policies put forth by our government at the time, was an isolationist, no trade, not no trade, but like large tariffs on foreign trade. So no one wanted to trade with us. Then eventually everything went up in price and you had hyperinflation, stock market crash, boom, bang, boom, Great Depression. But I know what you're saying. Like when people spend money like that or use money like that, that adds to inflation. When money is seemingly everywhere because we have unlimited needs and wants, but limited resources. And that's how inflation is like gauged. When you have more money and you can buy whatever you want, resources go down, and then you have nothing to buy. And so the only way to control that is to raise the prices, and that's what inflation is.
I'm not going to lie. You went hard and you had some great facts, but I spaced out.
That's okay. That's all right.
But I love that you knew all that, because that just proves what a great candidate you are for president.
I agree.
2044 Matt Hasenmueller.
So yeah, I'd love to bring back the Roaring 20s, but I think we're too far gone, truthfully. Because that was a time of like speakeasies, You can't have that anymore. People have Instagram and cell phones. You can't have no contact. You can't. you just can't do it anymore.
I think we need to up the ante if we're gonna Roaring 20. Like everything that's been done before, and like when it gets done again, it gets amplified. So like,
but aren't we too old to roar?
Like, what can we do? No, we're 30. We're in our 30s. You're sounding like one of those little Gen Z 20-year-olds. You're like, I'm so old. My knees
party.
crack.
I can't party anymore, really. Like,
Dude.
I'm going to a wedding this weekend for one of my coworkers, and all my coworkers are going, so I know it's going to be a party. And I'm like, but I don't want to stay out till midnight. I want to be home by 10:30.
Are all your coworkers the same age as you, roughly?
No, younger, mostly.
How young?
25, 26.
I bet you could talk like one of them into like going to bed.
Well, I'm just going to leave. I don't care.
Yeah, no,
I'm just going to go.
You're in your 30s. Yeah, you're like, hey,
I don't care.
fucking, I'm outie.
The fact that I stay past dinner and then drink and dance a little bit, that's more than enough. That's my present.
Literally, okay, here's the thing. Could we bring back the Roaring 20s? Yes, but that means we have to do some debauchery with money. We have to use the money to do something debaucherous.
Well, we're going to need more money to roar.
Like
Title. We're going to need more money to roar.
So long, Topo Chico. But
No,
honestly, funny how you said that Topo Chico was the name, but then you said more money to roar, and the connection was money. That's a fun little. I don't do drugs. This is the way my brain works.
Okay.
I connect things, and that's where I was just like, the through line is monetary value, you know?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, we could bring it back. I'm down.
I'm going to come all over the money.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah. And not give a shit about it.
Hey, it still spends.
It's still spent.
This is the last question. We are gathered here today on the Jar of Pain podcast to manifest a great last question. May the powers of the jar provide us with a great last question that brings someone closer to exaltation.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
Jar of Pain, what time is it?